Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Ninth Legion. Let's play some more Factorio. So we are upping our steel production. I've done a little bit of work. I had to clear out the storage area there's here, get rid of some of the roboports that were around, and just did that off camera because it wasn't terribly interesting. Now, ideally I do want a roboport here, but it's not going to work, is it? Technically I want a roboport there, which isn't going to work either. So, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to stick one down here and then stick one up above. Can I stick one where there's some power? There we go. So, we've still got network coverage. Character logistics slots 4, blah, 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 blah. Character logistics slots 4 are done. I can't talk. I'm going to stop talking. This will be a silent one. But we're going to start logistic robot speed 3 next. So, I do have more of these, which are very handy for requesting all of the things that the robots are making for me now. But right now we just need to get our next set of these done. Why am I carrying a robot? Go away, robot. Work for me. Do stuff. What am I looking for? I am looking for my furnaces. I made a bunch of furnaces off camera. There they are. More steel furnaces. So I've already routed the coal down around. I rejigged this line slightly so we can fit everything in. But again, it wasn't terribly interesting. You weren't really missing very much by not seeing that. So this is essentially going to be a reverse of that. We want the long-handled inserters pulling in. And of course I run out, because I haven't been making these things automatically yet, which I should really be doing soon. Luckily they are really quick to make in your pocket, so it's not the end of the world. I just want to get them done. So it will pull in the iron from this belt. We want it to deposit the steel onto there. There's a turret getting damaged back up the top there. I really need to go sort that out with some lasers or something. And we're going to want coal coming in on this side. And this will be a good amount of steel production, I think. Probably a bit too much, but we don't really try and do things by half measure here in Factorio, so let's just get that run up there. And then give all of this lot some power. Ooh, it's in the wrong place. Damn. Hang on, how can I do this? Could I do that with a substation, maybe? Make me a substation quickly. Because then it has the widest footprint. But it's too big to fit in the gap between the belts. Oh no. There we go. That works. That works a lot better. Right, you all have stuff. We are now... Well, we've doubled our steel production, which is... I'm quite happy about that. We can leave that just to do its thing. So what next? I guess we really do need to get long-handled inserters being made automatically. Or do we want to go check on this base up here and make sure it's still secure? Problem is, there's just so much forest up there. It's a pain. It's a pain I really don't want to have to deal with. This is my new storage area up here, so we've got lots of chests within the network. Just to keep those all good. The train is still running fine, back and forth. Where is the train right now? Must be offloading at the other station. I did some deforestation around here, just because I felt like it, and I don't like trees very much, and you guys know all that. So, we want to make long-handled inserters, which require iron gear wheels, iron plate, and inserters. That's not too hard at all. Let's see if we can't run this up here. So we need to make the standard inserters first. So you want those 3 items, which we'll bring in here. Sorry, what was the first item you need? Do you need gears? Yeah, you do. Right, that doesn't need to do it there. That can just quite happily run like that for me. Let's extend all these down a bit. Keep the main bus going. Still not a lot of steel on the line at the moment, but it'll get there. I'm not too worried about that right now. it's coming in. Where's it actually mostly getting used at the moment? I suppose these flying robot frames are using up a lot of it. I need iron plate. So we'll bring that in here. And what was the last item? Green circuits. I can just come up from here. This is the joy of having stuff on the main bus. It's just all so readily available. There we go. Now they're facing the right way. Right, you should have everything you need to start making those. We're going to output onto a belt on this side, I guess. Can I put that power over here? That would work better, wouldn't it? There we go. So that runs up that way, and long-handled inserters need the iron gears and iron plates that I can bring up from here. There we go. We'll just have you put into a passive provider, so they're always ready for when I call. Now I am making standard inserters in about 3 different locations now, but it's just easier this way. I don't want to have to fiddle around with things too much. I suppose I don't actually even need this belt assembly, although I could use this same layout to make more blue inserters, the faster inserters, and then use that to make smart inserters. Maybe worthwhile. We'll see. Let's actually get this turned on, shall we? Oh, logistic robot speed 3 done. Excellent. I would like speed 4. I want faster robots. I want the robots to be the fastest they can possibly be. Those were not turned around the right way. Perfect. We now have long inserters in the network, so I can actually request those, because I do always need a couple of those. And the robots shall bring them to me, because I am their god, and they do what I say. And we'll have some light for the situation. So, yeah, let's use this production. We'll make some blue inserters, and we'll use that to make some smart inserters, just in case we ever need them in the system. So, let's see. That needs to be a bit further away, doesn't it? Hang on. What am I doing? What am I doing? Electronic circuits and iron plate need to come up from here. So we can remove the light I just put. There we go. I don't need gear wheels apparently, which is quite handy. I'm wondering if the belt is actually the best way to do it. I could just put this straight into a chest and have them delivered to these locations. It would mean there wasn't a buffer of them lying around, not being used, but the same could be said for not actually making these here and actually just pulling them from the main production over that way. But I think for the time being, this will be fine. And I'd like you to actually deposit straight into that, because you're going to need a bit more space. So I need to continue circuitry coming up here. What's the best way to get those out of there? Maybe a tiny bit of belt to bring it up to the factory. And offload onto there, into another passive provider chest. I don't have it on me, which is a mistake. So, give me 50 passive provider chests, please, robots. They are right there. I'm being the laziest person possible, not running 5 meters to go and get the damn things. Do we even need that little bit of belt? Can they just hand to each other? No. Yes! Really? What's happening? Hang on. Yeah, that actually does work. They're just putting them on the ground and you're grabbing them straight up. Excellent. I didn't realise that was going to work that way. But they don't even need a bit of track there. We should probably put a limit on this quickly. We don't need too many of those. Okay. Don't need those right now, but it's nice to know they're there. Finally, let's get our electrical poles being done automatically. They all require very little in the way of actual materials or goods. Extend the belt a little bit. Or the main bus, rather. Right, so you just need steel and copper, wood and copper cable. So the small electrical poles are actually the most difficult to make. Is it worthwhile making those at all? Am I ever really going to need these again? Not really. I don't. I'd have to have something turning wood into... Do I need to turn wood into anything, or can I just put raw wood in? I guess I could just put raw wood in, can't I? Okay, we're not going to make those. We don't need those. We're just going to focus on the medium and big electric poles. So, steel and copper plate for both. Which means we'll just do the very similar setup you just saw. They don't take very long to make, so we're not going to need to go nuts on this. I suppose while we're at it, actually, we could make the substations. Yeah, I'll make those. Oop, I didn't. Okay, that's not what I meant, but okay. Let's get this one done first. I've already forgotten what they need. Steel and copper. There we go. Maybe it's been a long day, I don't know. My brain doesn't seem to be working today for this recording session. There we go. Nothing is round the right way, is it? Everything I've done today has been round the wrong way. Could be because I'm very hungry. Maybe that's what's distracting me. There we go. You can drop off into some... Actually, we'll put this on the other side where there's already power. You can drop off into some passive providers for me. And now I never need to make these again. So in fact, let's actually set that up now. 50 of those and 50 of those. Thank you very much. Robots, bring me all the stuff. What do we want to get made automatically next? I do worry we're still not making enough steel. Let's go check that, actually, because it still seems quite sparse considering we doubled it up. Where are we actually using steel at the moment? It's getting used for these frames here. I suppose that is pretty constant production. Oh, they're all working full tilt. Ah, looks like there's not really enough coming up. We are... Yeah, we could use more iron production, actually. I suppose we are using a lot of it for steel. That shouldn't be there, really. That doesn't need to be there, that section. Okay, so it looks like we might just... It's not that we don't have enough ore coming in, but we could do a little bit more processing for it. Which is going to be a bit difficult because we kind of run out of space here because there's water. But I can probably jig something around there to make it work. But we won't worry about that for the time being. It's not running out. It's just we could always use more, I'm sure. What are the robots trying to bring me? Come on, robots, there you go. Soon they'll be as fast as me, until I build an exoskeleton. And then I'll start going much faster than them. But for now they're doing okay. Well, they're not doing okay, they're kind of falling behind constantly, but oh well. And yeah, we are running out of green circuits, so that is expanding. Let's get this last production set up for substations though. Steel, advanced circuits and copper. Actually, I suppose if I'm not continuing up any further, I'm not planning to right now, that will actually work just fine. Alright, let's get our steel coming in first. No, yeah, we do need to sort out the steel, don't we? I didn't really think of that part through. But you've got power for when you do finally get it. Steel... Was it steel, copper, and advanced circuits? Okay. There we go, and now they're in the network as well. Okay, right, I'm probably going to call a break to this in a moment. We need to sort out our green circuit production, and we need to sort out some more iron for the steel, so everything can be made. Come on guys, drop off the stuff, there you go. Hey, there you go. Good robots. But that shouldn't be too difficult. We need to shore up some of our defences, and then we need to see where we're going to go from here. But I'm going to take a break now, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Do leave a like, leave a comment, feel free to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you later for something else. Bye!